recap from the Salt Lake City Area Workshop. Thank you all for joining us. So yeah, pay attention to all the stages that we are doing. So we started with the spit.
Correct.
Cool. Spit can land side hips, front hips, and the back. But anyway, side.
Stretch and go.
Stretch and go. Pop off. So stage one that we talked about was simply a jumping on the partner.
Jumping on.
Jumping on. And landing, absorbing, throwing off. And then we talked about a stretch connection. Let's switch directions so that looks a little bit better. We were saying that my right leg back,
My left leg back.
opening up, and we were saying, for the sake of agreement, peak of the stretch 8. So we'll count,
Yep.
and then go.
Yep, go on.
5, 6, 7, 8. All right, and let's go ahead and show a front landing, meaning just landing right here. Yeah.
Okay.
5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Anyway, different ways to do the spit. Moving on from that.
Moving on from that. Front handspring, roll up,
Yeah.
pancake.
So we'll show the full thing.
Whole thing going.
Going. All right. So dive.
I'm coming through. Trying to place my hands past his feet. And then I have one leg slightly up but still creased, and the other one still on the ground. And I'm active in that position.
Solar plexus meets flyer hand line.
Yeah.
Swing.
Swing.
Again, this only works if you got an increase.
Yep.
All right. We started introducing spotters, just meaning like if it looks a little uncertain, keep the flyer's head off the ground. Slow over.
Slow over.
Slow over. Bring to here, symmetrical release, hug. Try to hug right about below here so you can support the lower back. We also have a little jump on exercise.
Yes. So jump on each side. Can I jump on you?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Follows as you're doing slow over or any regular over. I am reaching and searching for Kenny's head. I am reaching and searching. That keeps my momentum. And then one thing that Kenny said that was helpful for some people is thinking about your hips rotating instead of kicking your feet.
All right. Another thing for the spotters is your job is to make sure that your flyer's back meets the base of the torso, their chest. And in case the base looks uncertain, hopefully there's somebody spotting them to kind of watch the back right there. Okay? Next one, bocker.
Bocker.
Let me do a down cut.
Yeah, so down cut for bocker.
Yeah, so check out the position. Rotate 90. Here we go. Yeah. All right.
So I'm sinking under.
We'll just go all the way through, so up cut.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. And then right there, we might start involving a spotter. What that looks like is, go ahead and rotate this way. So they'll be on this side, thumb down the collarbone so it can flip into support. And then sometimes I grab an arm to kind of help the rotation through. The next stage would be a block cut, where the lead is giving a little bit more momentum. Follower is driving the hips a little bit more up and over, knees up and over. We are not going to demonstrate that for safety purposes, but we will go over.
Yep, going over.
Ready?
Yep.
Okay. And then eventually your goal is to get 45 some distance so that rather than landing super close here, you land here, swing out, whatever, out of it. All right. Next up.
K-flip.
You remember it on the things. K-flip. Woo! Hopefully we can just do it once. Going over?
Yep, going over.
Yeah. Ready?
Ready.
Yeah. Woo! Yeah, all right. So, down cut.
Yep, down cut. Boom. Coming straight in.
All right.
Fingers to point in my face.
All make sure nose over toes, feet are in alignment, they're not pass. That probably means the base is going to get drilled. And then also, regardless of the momentum, if Delilah comes in with a ton of momentum, not going over down prep. Okay? I'm going to make sure my right leg moves back so I have a good, strong lunge position still. Okay? All right, up prep, facing the other way.
Yep, up prep.
Normal momentum.
Normal momentum.
Cool, up prep.
Yep.
Other legs.
Yeah. Yeah. So as we do the up prep, I'm going rock step, still coming in straight, bringing my hands to point at my face, and then as I come up, I pull, and then I jump, and I crunch my elbow to my hip, trying to pull my hips up, landing. And a tiny staff says, "Hoo-wah-ba-boom, huh."
That's the K-flip.
Yep.
Okay. Next up, Vegas.
You do this
Oh,
the blue
outlaw.
outlaw.
Hey,
Outlaw.
let me go. All right. You all up?
Yes, rock step into it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Going all the way.
Going all the way.
4-point stance, making sure back as flat as possible. Use a mirror if you don't have physical cues for that, making sure there's enough grease for your partner to come through with the arms.
I wiggle on, I come in, I go through the legs, and I connect.
Okay. Same thing, but then the leader can start hinging. Now, can you get in your dive position? Like, just mimic it? Okay, cool. Almost the same thing. I'm looking to spot the shoulders right there on either side. So spot her here, so that you can keep your partner's head off the shoulders. And then the other thing that you need to be ready to be cued for is to grab underneath the base's legs to keep them off the ground. If you notice any wobbling or backwards movement, you get under them, even if that means you drop a knee under their leg to keep them up off the ground. All right?
Slow wiggle over.
Yeah.
All right, I'll wiggle on up. I connect. I'm ready to wiggle over.
Yeah. Love the sound effects. Armpits. Boom. All right, through there. Yeah. And you just sort of like add more energy, skim over that sort of thing. Base is still very much on. And again, sometimes the base has to tilt, sometimes it don't. It's kind of based on my partner's momentum.
Yep.
All right. We didn't talk about the scuttle and jump, though. Really.
I think the jump, like, I remember somebody in here really wanted to know about the jump. Yeah.
You want to dive over or start on the ground?
I would rather dive over.
Cool.
But real quick, can we talk about the dynamics of it, or do you want to do it after?
After.
After. Okay, so watch the jump. Okay.
Yeah.
Going over. Rock step.
Okay. So let his feet just kind of move a little bit. We've got some good contact right there. And then let us basically get her feet underneath the center and like very close to where I am. And that's where the throw basically happens.
Yeah. Can we do a bigger throw?
Oh, big throw?
Yeah, bigger throw. Rock step. So I use him. I like kip off of him. So that is just something we've worked on. So as he brings me up, I come up and then I brace off of him and I swing away and push. So it's kind of like a kettlebell-ish. Boom, up, push. And that's just something, even if you want to put it on slow-mo, you can see where our connection is.
Vegas.
Vegas.
Oh,
Down prep.
yeah, sure.
Okay, down prep. Bam. I'm putting my right leg on top of Kenny's right thigh, and my left is on top of his right shoulder, pulling down.
Different angles so that you can see our dynamics as I'm trying to be upright as possible so that when we do the up prep, more power. Up prep.
Up prep. Sorry.
Yeah. So again, lift the legs, butt, let it force through the rest of the torso through the arm.
I think about, there's no down because I don't want to take anything away from his momentum. I wait because we're all the way connected for that pop, and then I allow that to transfer into my body by pulling up, bringing my sternum up, pushing down and then pushing my hips and my heels away. Blammy.
All right. Up and over.
Going over.
Ready?
Yep.
Boom. All right. So that was the biggest flip.
Yep.
Sugar hill.
Sugar hill.
Sugar hill. Let's just keep walking through it. Down
Yeah.
prep.
Yeah, so down prep, I'm looking for the hip bones. My hands are out at a 45.
Looking for shoulders. I want the most of the connection to be like in the base of the palm, not fingers. Cool.
Yep. A little kick up.
Yep.
Little kick up. I'm so scared. I can't not do it. So as we go, there's that little kick up, then we moved up to the block prep where you are continuing to drive and keeping your heels separate. And that is the collect and push that will help get my chest up. And I mimic that. I come in and then I push away. Go over.
And then spotters are spotting, the flyer is lower back to help with the point of rotation. Somebody was typically right there to catch if there was like a lot of forward momentum.
Going over.
Going over. All right. March up.
Right check.
Walking through it. So,
Yes.
hand hold. Four fingers in between my partners, index finger and thumb. All right. Down prep. All right. Now this is a little crazy for some folks. So, do you want to orient it that way? Cool, cool. So sometimes we have the flyer come into position and be like, this is the shape that I like. And I would make sure that their center was in line with my center. All right, so I was basically making a T. And then the first thing that I would do is connect my elbow pit into their side, which means biceps, and then the rest of my arm folds. And then I grab. And I go, all right, that's uncomfortable, but my flyer is going to feel great. And then I make sure we consistently nail it for the down prep. Up prep.
Up prep.
Up prep.
Okay, up prep.
Okay, so I just straighten out. Yeah, I try to rectify the body right there.
And I'm going rock, step, stepping, committing onto my right, allowing myself to keep rolling, and then I tuck first with my left, tuck second with my right. As we're up there, we try to stay engaged, and then come back nicely.
Going over.
Going over, okay?
Oh yeah, I should mention spotters. Again, looking to spot shoulder, grab an arm, help that rotation out.
Okay,
Ready?
going.
Going.
Ah!